welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. Thanks so much for joining us at the start of a brand new day. Now, for the last few weeks, we've taken an in-depth look at our gut health and with a focus on IBS and functional dyspepsia, which affects more people than we may actually realize. And we've received a lot of comments and questions on our social media channels, so we thought that we'd take the moment to ask our trusted friend, Sean Willard from Relief Pharmaceuticals, to get him to answer some of your burning questions. And here they are. So, first question that we get, Sean, is from Matapelo Khutle, who said, good morning, fam. I'd like to ask if RTGS is recommended for pregnant women. I'm pregnant and suffering with IBS. So, what would you say to that?
Excellent. Thanks, Matabello. And thanks for all the questions that have been posed to us. There's been a flurry of questions, a lot of interest around digestive health. And yeah, I think at the end of the day, the product hasn't been tested on pregnant or breastfeeding ladies. And so we say no. And the same thing goes for children. This is an adult product. It's for people suffering from IBS and dyspepsia type symptoms. So we suggest rather always speak to your doctor or pharmacist, your healthcare practitioner.
There you go. Thank you very much, Matabello. Then Sean said, can people claim these products through their medical aid?
Absolutely. And I think the lovely thing about the whole relief product basket, as it were, is that every one of our products are nappy coded, which to doctors and pharmacists is great because that's the method they use to electronically claim it via medical aid.
Yes.
So if your medical aid does cover complementary and alternative health products, please then do take it to your pharmacist or your doctor. They'll be able to process it through your medical aid. But each medical aid is different, so I can't say if your medical aid will actually cover it.
Excellent stuff. Then another comment here that we got from Joan Cameron says, my husband and one of my daughters have IBS. My husband noticed that as a child he couldn't eat any dairy products, and now my daughter also can't eat dairy and certain veggies like broccoli and cabbage and cauliflower. What would you say to that?
Yeah, Joan, and the symptoms of lactose intolerance are so similar to IBS, aren't they? The thing with lactose intolerance is pretty easy to nail down because usually you're deficient in an enzyme called lactase, which breaks down the sugar in milk, the lactose. So if you're having a milk and a dairy product meal then, and you find yourself bloating and getting all that gassiness afterwards within the next hour, good chance that you might be lactose intolerant. It could be that case for a husband. And maybe for the daughter, there could be a combination of the two, those cruciferous gas-forming veggies. If you're having problems with that, it could be a little bit of IBS as well.
All right. Well, it seems like lactose intolerance shares a few of the symptoms with IBS, as you were stating now. So how can people then distinguish between the two when you don't know exactly? Yeah,
so I would say do a tester, take that milk and dairy, check and see whether or not you symptomatically blow up or have gas, etc. And then you'll certainly know, well, okay, I've got to minimize the milk and dairy in terms of lactose intolerance. Yeah.
Okay. And then we also have a last comment here that comes from Chadwick Holtman, and he says, I suffer from gastro symptoms like cramps and burning in my stomach, and it also feels empty after I eat. And every morning I get these burning pains, and sometimes I don't use, he doesn't have bowel movement for some 3 or more days.
Yeah.
So what would you say that is symptomatic of?
Yeah, and Chadwick, I think absolutely you probably do have some form of functional dyspepsia, and what I love about the RTGS IBS, as we've spoken about, it helps for that epigastric region, so that epigastric pain, that burning sensation, the cramping, the bloatiness, and also it helps to improve the gastric motility. So certainly if you're not going for longer than 3 days, we've said that that's probably a definition of constipation.
Yeah.
And taking the RTGS IBS will certainly help to relieve that as well.
Yeah, from what you heard so far, you'd say that it indicates more towards that functional dyspepsia.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right, fantastic stuff. Sean, thank you very much for taking those questions.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
We'd love to hear some more from you, so please do send them through to us on our Expresso Morning Show SABC3 Facebook page. And if you are suffering from IBS or functional dyspepsia or any of the symptoms that we've been speaking about, know that you are not alone. Do consult with your medical practitioner or your pharmacist for help and treatment. Now, RTGS IBS is available at all leading pharmacies and health stores nationwide. Once again, Sean, thanks.
Excellent. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Control the symptoms and feel the relief with RTGS IBS. Brought to you by Relief Pharmaceuticals.